Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Tell Me Your Story, where I get to interview very talented artists and we get to know them on a more personal basis. We get to know what makes them tick and we hear their story and who they really are. Today I'm very excited because I have a young singer by the name of Lex Borja, and he's very, very talented. He's got a great personality and a great story. You will enjoy this. Let me tell you more about him. Lex Borja is a Latin American singer-songwriter with an R&B and funk influence, born in San Diego, California, and raised in Tijuana by a talented family of mariachis. He has competed in 2 world stages, La Voz Mexico and American Idol. He has written more than 65 of his own songs and has several recorded as well. In 2011, he sang in front of Jennifer Lopez, Steven Tyler, and Randy Jackson, obtaining his golden ticket and landing in the top 40 of American Idol. In 2013, his talent brought him onto La Voz Mexico 3, where he participated on Wisin and Yandel's team and had the opportunity to sing for millions of viewers. It was in 2013 when he recorded his first single, Abrázame, which had great public acclaim nationally and internationally. In 2015, he shared the stage with Yuridia and also had the honor of sharing the stage with Ricardo Montaner at the Music Box in San Diego. His career kept growing, and he also had the opportunity to share the stage with Rio Roma, Yuri, and Kalimba, amongst many others. Beginning 2020, he partnered with Marti Music and Sony Latin Music, releasing another single named Traviesa. In September, Lex released his most recent material in collaboration with Tony Luga with a single named Bailamelo, causing great sensation for his followers and partnership with hashtag Bailamelo Challenge. Lex,
Hermano.
mi querido amigo, ¿cómo has estado?
Muy bien, hermano, muy bien. Muchas gracias por la invitación.
No, al contrario, muchas gracias por venir a mi canal, te agradezco mucho. Weren't we going to do this in English?
We could do yeah, we could do it.
Lex, thank you for being here, my brother. Oh my God.
You are very welcome.
What a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank
What
you
a
for having
pleasure
me.
to have you here
Yeah.
in my channel. Tell me your story. We want to know who you really are in an intimate setting where we get to really understand what's behind, the artist. As you read in the bio, Lex is quite an accomplished musician and singer, songwriter. And
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I hope that we can get across to all your listeners, all your viewers, and hopefully get them on board onto what I'm doing. You know?
And let me just tell you that this interview you can use for your own social media at your own free will.
Oh, nice.
There's no limitation.
Thank you. I could do the plugins.
Plug it in.
Perfect.
So let's get started from the beginning.
Right on.
Well, I just want to tell the audience that first of all, I just got back from Puerto Vallarta about a month ago, and I got invited to listen to you because I have a good friend that says, you have to listen to this guy.
That's so sweet.
He's amazing. That's Magda. And so I said, okay, and I showed up, and yes, I was amazed by your singing, your personality, your way of communicating with the audience, the whole package, I would say. But I think the audience would, and I personally want to know more about you because I really don't know a whole lot about you.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. Where were you born? And tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay. So I was born in San Diego, California, raised in TJ for the most part. And I grew up with a family of mariachis and trios. My great-grandfather was a trumpet player for Jose Alfredo Jimenez.
Wow.
So that's,
really?
I mean, not to drop names, but dropping names.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that
go
was,
right ahead.
That was what, for me.
For the English-speaking community, Jose Alfredo Jimenez is one of the godfathers of Mexican music.
Yes.
That
Hits
the soul, right?
It definitely.
Jose
He
Alfredo.
definitely marked an era, a golden era with his songwriting, and I feel like the fact, that my grandfather had the quality of playing to accompany this man, which is super, super talented. And I would imagine he was super picky about his sounds too,
I'm sure,
I'm
I'm sure. Now, what about your parents? Were they musicians?
So after then my grandmother was born, and then she amazing vocalist and sang like projection and interpretation.
A professional as well, or
yes, professional.
what's her name?
Esperanza Ruiz, and she from Colima. Amazing voice, always singing with mariachis and trios, and she married a guitarist that played with his brothers, and it's all trios, right?
Okay.
So they married.
Romántico.
Yes,
romántico.
yeah, exactly.
Sí, sí.
So they married. Now imagine how the family parties were. It was always like the three guitars playing and my grandma singing, and then my mom came along, and she's also a very, very powerful vocalist, but she never had that interest in pursuing a career.
In music.
In music.
What about your father?
No, he's a dentist. So yes, no, my father is not inclined musically, which I feel like that's why it took him a minute, but he definitely appreciates, what I do now.
Okay.
And how I've
so
developed.
so tell us. Okay, so you were born in San Diego. When were you born?
This was July 3rd, 1984.
84. Okay.
Yeah, this is a minute ago.
Well, there you go.
If you can do the math, that's how old I am.
When I saw you, I saw this young kid. I'm going like.
Yeah, no, I'm young at heart, brother.
The voice, the personality, the way he communicates, such a young face. And you're like, how the heck?
Yeah, this
where
doesn't
did
make
this
any
guy
sense.
from? Doesn't make any sense.
There has to be something, some life experience behind this, right?
Something. Well, now that
it makes
explains
a
little
sense.
bit.
Yeah. I've been around the block, once.
A little bit.
Just once. Just the once.
But you're still looking good, my brother.
Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. Thank you. Much love.
So, anyways, okay, so born in, this is really weird. Usually people are born in Mexico and then they come to the U.S. But
True.
You were born in the U.S.
Yeah.
and you go to Mexico.
Yeah, and for the longest time,
What's up with that?
So, because my mom lived in TJ, I grew up with a single mom.
But she's from Colima.
No, my mom was born in Tijuana.
Oh, she's from
My
Tijuana.
grandmother was born in Colima.
Okay.
And because, she grew her roots, she grew up in TJ and she had her life there, right? So we were there, me and my brother. Eventually, a single mom with just the two of us. I started playing guitar when I was 8. I remember I asked my mom, hey, I want to learn guitar.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there because I have had several musicians.
Okay.
And there's something that happened in their early lives that said, I want to play guitar or I want to be a singer. Right? Who did you hear? Were you listening to the radio? Were you did you watch some MTV program? What happened?
This is a great question. So I remember we were like at a party, but it was a private event, and there was a stage, and there was a mariachi, right? And I remember my grandma, she was on stage and she started getting the mariachi behind her and they started playing. She told them, okay, we're gonna play this song, right? And they started playing, and 2 compasses and like really short into the song, like 5-10 seconds into the song, she stopped the mariachi and she's like, no, we're gonna play it in this key, and this is the tempo that I want. And I was like, oh my god, it's 12 people. She's
men.
Yeah,
she's a woman.
Exactly.
And she took control.
No, completely. I was like 7. I was like completely blown out. wow. I was like, she's controlling all those musicians, telling them what to play, how to play it. I was like, that's a lot, you know? I don't know if I can do what she just did, but I'm sure I could do what they're doing.
See, that's the key. That's what I wanted to get to. It's like, what was it
What
that
sparked up? Yeah. What
turned on
sparked
that
up?
switch?
And I remember that day, perfect. You know how she stopped them, how
That's
she
beautiful.
corrected them.
That's beautiful.
And then I remember I asked my mom, you know, like, hey, I want to play the guitar. And then, well, I'm gonna ask your grandpa and see if he can get you a guitar. He got me a guitar. You know, the beat up one that was like in the back and shit. But I was like, all right, cool. Like I was happy. I was 8, right? So the guitar was huge on me. So I started, and then the first song, I can't remember the name of the song, but the second song was La Bamba, and the first one was, it's kind of like the Metallica one, the dum 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 dum. So it's Nothing Else Matters, I think.
Nothing else matters.
So,
Well, let me stop you right there
Yeah.
because we don't want to keep the audience waiting.
oh, for sure.
I think that people want to listen to you because.
Let's hope so.
So let's jump into a song. After reading your bio, I am sure that people understand that you're just not some beginner off the street. You've been in 2 world stages: La Voz, Mexico, American Idol, which is freaking
Yeah, it
amazing.
was a big stage.
So I'm sure they want to hear you.
Yes.
So what are you gonna do for us?
I'm excited.
To do?
This is Hazlo Ya. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Yeah, let's do it.
Here's Lex Borja with "Do It Now."
Well, it's time for me to share an original song. This song is called Hazlo Ya. And I wrote this in 2018. Hace tiempo que te siento diferente. Hace días que te siento tan ausente. Nunca imaginé encontrarme a alguien como tú, pero hoy me encuentro aquí, atrapado entre tu decisión. Me dices que quieres hablar, que estás un poco confundida, que no me quieres lastimar. Solo te pido que me digas si me vas a dejar, pues hazlo ya. Si me vas a romper el corazón, hazlo ya. Hazlo ya. Si tú te vas, te llevarás todo lo bueno que tiene mi vida, pero jamás encontrarás una persona que te haga vibrar como yo. Sé que a veces no estamos en el mismo canal, pero si ya no amas, es mejor terminar. Me dices que quieres hablar, que estás un poco confundida, que no me quieres lastimar. Solo te pido que me digas si me vas a dejar, pues hazlo ya. Si me vas a romper el corazón, hazlo ya. Hazlo ya. No. quieres hablar, que estás un poco confundida, que no me quieres lastimar. Solo te pido que me digas si me vas a dejar, pues hazlo ya. Si me vas a romper el corazón, hazlo ya. Hazlo ya. Hazlo ya.
Wow. That was amazing. Loved it. Qué sentimiento, papá.
Gracias, papá.
I love
Gracias.
it.
Thank
love
you so
it.
much. I
Excelente.
really do put my heart into the lyrics, into the performance, into the interpretation.
I mean, it shows.
Thank you.
We can feel. I can feel it. I know. I'm sure that people can really sense that you have a deep passion, and it shows in the way you express your voice and your playing. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank
So you know what? We skipped over this whole thing about, yes, you were born in San Diego, but you went to to Tijuana,
Mhm.
and you didn't explain that. Just briefly, why did your family go to Tijuana?
Well, my mom had her life in Mexico, in TJ.
Right.
And
Is your dad from Tijuana as well?
yes, as well.
And so he opened up his practice there? I
Yeah,
imagine?
and he lives in the United States now, but they never got married, and I grew up, as a child of with a single mom.
Okay.
And then my brother came along. She married another man.
A different man.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that was a beautiful dynamic, because I
Yes.
had a father figure, that was present up till I was like 11 maybe, which was still like and
So that means you didn't have a lot of
not a
father
lot.
presence.
No,
when
so
you were
my mom did like a whole lot of the dual dynamic,
young.
and I now like I look back and that must have been so tough.
So I
So
imagine
with
that
two
you
teenage
respect
boys,
your
like,
mom.
oh
very
my
much.
God, no,
A
beyond,
single parent.
beyond, and like she just became a lawyer in her 50s.
Oh wow.
So my respect for my mom is just above and beyond.
Well, I hope that she's going to watch this interview.
I know for sure she is.
Why don't you say a
Mom,
couple of words to
I love you,
to
te
her?
amo, gracias por todo lo que hiciste por mí, por todo el ejemplo de ser un trabajador con la cabeza en alto y siempre creer en mí y siempre tratar de hacer el mejor trabajo posible. Te amo, te mando un abrazo y un beso. Espero verte pronto.
Qué lindo, qué lindo. Señora, usted ha hecho un gran trabajo. Su hijo es un excelente ejemplo de humanidad y lo agradecemos que está aquí conmigo. Vamos a conocer un poquito más de él. So, let's move forward. Let's go fast forward because, you were 8 when you first got that spark.
Yeah.
Now, let's fast forward and let's talk about the first time that you actually played professionally. When was that, and what took you to that point?
Professionally. I feel
Or maybe if you want,
I feel like a performance. The performance.
professionally.
Yeah. So I started singing when I was like 14,
Okay.
and really started singing when I was like 16. I mean, because I started playing and singing, not just singing, because it's two different monsters. Playing and singing at the same time. It took me some time to be able to develop that skill.
Well, I was going to ask you, where the heck did you get that beautiful voice? I mean,
Oh my God! Well,
it's
I feel like
profound.
it's genes.
Okay.
Because I grew up not just watching, but I mean, I come from a family of very good vocalists. I would,
Yeah.
I would definitely rate them as fantastic.
Yes.
And so that takes into play a little bit. But
So I imagine there was a lot of encouragement.
there was. My
Yeah.
mama would always give me my space so I could just practice. My first performance was for school.
Okay.
So my first performance, I was still young, and I remember my mom told me, "Don't ever play with that posture again."
What posture?
Because
was that?
I was playing like this.
Stand tall.
Yeah, and she's like, "Papa," and and ever since, I corrected, and I've been taking her all her pointers, especially my grandma's pointers, because
Yeah.
she knew about stage presence, about
yeah.
taking care of your image, and every little thing that counts, and that
Okay.
adds up to the whole artistry and the whole package.
Of course.
So, long story short, I guess my first big performance. Let's talk about the first performance that I got paid for.
Okay.
I got today's value for the dollar and pesos equivalent. I guess it was $25 that I got paid for the night.
That's not bad. How old were you?
18.
Hey, that's not
I was
bad at
18.
all.
I was playing at a bar, and I was.
And a few beers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They fed me. They fed me a couple of beers, and it was cool because it was summer. It was summer, and everyone was on vacation, and we're all 17. We're all 18, 19. We're all.
Do you remember where that was?
Yes, it was in Tijuana. It's called It was called Tazas y Tarros.
That's a
And by Zona Rio.
Okay.
And it was a fun time, man. It was a fun time. That was my first. Oh my God, I was just inexperienced.
So
and
did that kind of say to you, "Wow, this is freaking amazing! I want to do this."
It was so
I
cool.
want
So
to
where I noticed that I wanted to was before getting paid.
Okay.
When we were singing in school in one of the recesses or whatever, and I was in high school, and I was playing, and I was singing, and I opened my eyes. And I see all these girls, and they're just like
The girls.
yeah. And look, okay, let's be honest. I was not the jock. I was not the buff guy. I was not the handsome guy. I was skinny, so skinny. If I look young now, imagine how I looked when I was 18, man. I looked like 12.
Okay.
So it was like, oh my God, like they're paying attention, and they're like not just looks that I've never gotten before, like. And I'm like...
You felt like Elvis Presley.
I honestly, that's where it clicked. I'm like, yo, this can kind of work to your advantage, So I started polishing, and then everything fell into place, But
so how many girlfriends did you have by age 20?
Oh, I got
No, you don't have to answer that.
No.
You don't have to answer that. Okay, so now I understand where you got the bug. Okay. Like a good Latino.
Hey, it starts somewhere. And then where I feel that I started taking music more seriously is when I wrote my first song.
Okay.
I was.
Are you gonna sing?
I was around
that for us today or not?
Yeah. No, I mean not that song.
No,
not that song.
Why
no.
not?
Oh my God. Anyways,
we're not doing.
Let's see. No,
So let's jump. Since we're
go
talking
for
about
a
a song, let's jump into another song.
Perfect.
What do you want to play?
So
for
since
us
we're doing I'm talking about originals and stuff like that. Let's keep going with an original. This is the latest single that I've written, and the name of the song is "Pa olvidarme de ti," which is roughly translated to forget about you. This sensation of how this person is not meeting you like halfway, and like if you never loved me, like I'm left with all this like emotion, all this like emotional baggage, and now how do I get rid of all this first, right? And then how do I forget about you?
If You Never Loved Me with Lex Borja.
If you never loved me, baby, tell me why were you wasting my time? If you never loved me, dime cómo la hago para olvidarme de ti, para olvidarme de ti. Nunca dijiste que me ibas a enloquecer. Nunca me diste una advertencia propia de tu amor. Dejaste que las luces me dejaran ciego. Y sin pensarlo, mami, caí en tu juego. If you never loved me, baby, tell me why would you wasting my time? Si nunca me amaste, dime cómo la hago para olvidarme de ti, para olvidarme de ti. If you never loved me, baby, tell me why was you wasting my time? Si nunca me amaste, dime cómo la hago para olvidarme de ti, para olvidarme de ti. You never said anything about falling in love, yeah. And now I'm swimming in the deep end, trying to hold on. If you never loved me, baby, tell me why would you wasting my time? Si nunca me amaste, dime cómo la hago para olvidarme de ti, para olvidarme de ti. Olvidarme de ti.
Qué lindo, qué lindo, qué bárbaro.
Gracias, gracias.
Muchas felicidades, ¿eh?
Un aplauso para el muchacho en el shake también.
So, okay, let's fast forward
Okay.
because we want to keep people engaged.
Yeah.
And you were in 2 world stages, La Voz, American Idol. Talk to us about those experiences.
So for chronologically going, like it was first American Idol. This was 2011. I was working for Starbucks, and my manager, like at Starbucks, because I was always singing. I've always been like a happy spirit, and I'm always just like bubbling. I'm always just being myself, you know. So I would sing while I would make my coffees, and people would love that, you know. And he's like, "Hey, yo, American Idol auditions are coming to town. You need to go. I'll put you off that day so you don't have to come into work. You have to go. You're going, right?" And I'm like, "Well, that's American Idol, dude. That's like that's a
So
very..."
he really pushed
He
you.
encouraged me.
Oye,
Yeah,
cabrón, dale las gracias.
See?
Tell him.
Papito, brother, thank you so much,
What's
man.
his name?
His name is Mario.
Mario.
Thank you so much, Mario. Appreciate it.
Thank
man.
you, Mario. Good job. So now you're there.
Yes.
What's the experience like?
So we get there, and because he took me, because we had to be there at 5 a.m.
Just for the audition.
just for the audition, and he's
Okay.
like, "Don't worry, you can sleep over in my
And
house,
it's up in LA?
and I'll take you." No, it was in San Diego downtown Petco Park,
Okay.
and we get there, and there's 15,000
Oh my God.
people. It's insane. A world. I'm like, this
15,000 people are
Thousand.
trying to
just in San Diego.
audition.
Just in San Diego. Yeah, yeah. And we all get to audition.
And this is all over the U.S.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so they have like,
We're
8
talking
cities, 10
millions
cities.
of people?
Oh yeah, no, thousands. and
Okay, so
thousands.
you're there.
Hundreds of
You see this line and go, okay.
Yeah, no, and we have
How
all
long
day.
am I gonna be
He's like,
here?
we have all day. And I'm like, thank you. Let's go. Let's get it.
So
Boom,
what
boom.
happened?
We start moving forward. Blah blah blah. We get. They're very well organized, and they have all these different tents. So they have all these people going at once. So it's not like just like, okay, you all 15,000 have to pass through this one single door. No.
So do you have like a pre-judges that?
Oh yeah, there's like 4 stages that you have to clear before you perform in front of. My case was Jennifer Lopez, Steven Tyler, Randy.
That was
Jackson.
the last.
That was
final.
Yeah.
But you sent videos.
No,
you
it
sent
was all in
audios.
person because this was.
No, but before you didn't send audios or videos.
Nothing.
Oh no,
Nothing.
you just show up.
You just show up.
And you have like 4 different tents with judges.
Yeah,
And then
more
they-
like 12, but yeah.
And then they put you through to the final.
So they put you through, and then you're like 3 stages, and then okay, there's a break, like a month break, right? We'll call you back, whatever. They call you back like a week before, and then they'll give you the new location where everything's going to be going on. This time, everything's set up like a stage.
Okay.
Everything they want to see how you do on camera. They want to see how you look like, how you
Look,
move.
So the same day that you were there, that's when you sang in front of Jennifer Lopez? And
Not
all
the
that?
same day.
Or
No. It took like 3 months for that to
Oh,
happen.
okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the end result of that?
So
competition?
I ended up singing. I remember I sang "Ain't No Sunshine," and it kind of got them. J-Lo started like moving her head to the beat, and I'm like, oh my god! Like, and then long story short, I finished my song. J-Lo said yes. Steven Tyler said yes, and Randy Jackson is like, oh no, dog. I swear the fact that he called me dog, I'm like, bro, I'm golden. Like, you called me dog. I watched this on TV. This is amazing. But he said, you know what 2 yeses mean? You're going to Hollywood. You got your golden ticket.
So you went.
So I was ecstatic. Yeah, exactly. So I made it to Hollywood. Made it past that first stage in Hollywood, and the second stage it was just cut up. We're top 50, and it was just so hard.
Yeah.
The talent was just
so much
insane.
talent.
People were very very prepared, and this was my first dipping my
Your
toes
first
into
time.
this.
And people have to understand. I mean, they're looking for that look.
Yeah. No, it's a whole
that-
package thing.
The
Yeah.
whole. Okay, so let's move on to La Voz.
Okay.
When was that?
That was 2013.
Okay.
And then I auditioned in Tijuana, which I was living in the city at the time. And I auditioned. I remember the year prior to that, I slept the night prior to the audition. I slept at the place.
Because of the long
lines. Yeah. Because prior to that,
because you had experience.
because I had experience. Because prior to that, I've been auditioning for 9 years for one show. 9 years, bro.
Which one?
La Academia. They did call me on 2010, but it didn't happen for me. I wasn't ready.
Okay.
It's only so much preparation that you have to accumulate.
Sure.
But anyways, we're talking about La Voz.
La Voz. You slept overnight. And
I
then
did, dude.
What
That was-
happened? Was it the same experience?
It
or
was
similar?
It was similar. You could tell how it was like a kind of like a copy paste, like a format, which was fantastic. Amazing singers next to me. I got the opportunity to make some good friends, and then you get there, you fill up some paperwork, you sing, and then you pass to the next level where you fill up more paperwork, and then you have a last casting where you're in front of a camera and it's kind of like stage-like. So you have 3 filters, right?
Right.
And the third filter, I performed like 3 songs, my style, how I do, I try to like own a little bit of the cover that I'm doing. And they take that footage to Mexico City. The producers, everyone make their calls, they make their shot, they call their shots. They called me like 2 months later, hey, you've been selected for The Voice, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
I was like, wait, really?
You were surprised. You were surprised.
I thought someone was messing with me.
Because you thought, okay, they haven't called me.
You know, it's one of the breaks. It's 2 months. You know, like they forget. Like I didn't.
So what happened?
So it's like, queremos hablar con Alejandro.
Con Alejandro.
Yeah, so I was like, wait. This sounds like from the FA, right? Like this. So like I should pay attention to this. And then they're like, so we need your email, this and that, because we want to send you the flight ticket. When they said that, it's when it clicked. I'm like, oh shit, this is real. Like they're flying me out.
Yeah.
And then they send me the song, and I'm like, okay,
They selected the song.
Yeah, they selected the song.
What was it?
So what they're trying to prevent is for like everyone to sing the same song.
Okay.
You know, because you're gonna have all these girls trying to sing the same Adele song, or all these guys trying to sing the same Rake or whatever song. You know, so they picked the song.
What song was it?
It's called. Okay, so the artist is called Coco, and I can't remember the name of the title right now, but I've never heard this song before, ever. So it completely like messed with me. I'm like, I know all these songs, 1,000 songs, bro. And they have to send me the one I don't know. I've never performed this. So I'm like, oh, and the song had nothing. Like it's just.
It wasn't you.
It's so like it's just it doesn't. Explode. It doesn't.
You didn't connect with it?
No, at all. I was very frustrated.
So what happened?
so I after I made peace,
Yes.
you know, with the fact that okay, this is the song that I have to sing.
Yeah.
You know, I started rehearsing, and I started changing a couple of the dynamics of how the original singer sang the song. So I adapted it to how I sing, and then the day came where I was. Singing in front of 4 chairs, you know, and there was Wisin y Yandel, there was Alejandra Guzman, El Buki, David Bisbal, you know, very big names in the music industry.
Yeah.
And I remember I started singing because they don't give you a clicker or anything. So all of it, you have a band, but they're hitting, you can't see them, right? So it's not like.
Really?
There's no count. There's no counting. It is. So I had to catch it, right? And then I'm like, okay, it started. I'm like, okay, let's go. So I started singing, and then I remember when I hit like 10 seconds into the song, I hit like this kind of like high note, like a falsetto kind of, and it cracked a little. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, bro, you came this far. You need to definitely like deliver, like fucking go, bro. It's go time right now.
Press
you know?
the gas.
Yes, but like do it, but don't overdo it. You know, because sometimes when you give it like too much, you can also like ruin the performance, right? So it has to be a nice little balance. So I try to own everything in that moment, right? And then all of a sudden, whoosh, one of the chairs turns, right?
Oh god!
And I'm like, oh my god! So I
Whose
feel
chair?
Wisin y Yandel. Wisin y Yandel, reggaeton artist, and then I'm like, I swear, I felt like I got struck by lightning, because my arm started like going numb, and I'm playing the guitar, which wasn't even connected, right? But it was just for show. So I start cramping out of the ecstatic emotion. My hands start doing this.
No way!
I swear, bro. I'm still singing.
You're going into shock.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, hey, wake up. You know, I'm like, self-talk real quick. So wake up, stop playing. This is the voice, not the guitar. So keep singing. So I stopped playing and grabbed the mic. I kept singing, and then I feel like I come back to myself, you know, like, and then okay, I keep playing just for show.
Wow.
And that culminated like the performance there, you know. They all congratulated me, which is fantastic, and it was
you got into the team.
I got into the team. I was part of the production after this.
Whoa, man!
It was amazing. I was able to sing 4 times on national TV.
I was sweating right now, man. Like, what the
sweating bullets.
Wow!
It was super exciting.
Wow.
Man. Super.
Hey, is that video on YouTube?
It is on YouTube,
where can we see it?
And it's also on my Instagram. So if you guys go on Instagram, you can find me as Lex Borja Music. Also on all the platforms for music, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. You can find me as Lex Borja, and hopefully you can add me to your playlist, share me with your friends. follow me on Instagram so you see where I'm playing, what I'm doing, because that's where I'm the most active. And if you're a TikToker, I'm not big TikToker or experienced on TikToking, but I do post. So if you want to follow me there as well, you can find me as Lex Borja.
Well, thank you so much for switching right into what I was going to go into, your social media.
I saw the green light. I saw the green light. Let's go.
Brother, okay, so tell us where people can find you right now. Mm-hmm. I know you shared your social media, but any new shows or any new songs that are coming up, or...
So we are working on this latest single. We just dropped a single not too long ago, like a couple of weeks ago. It's called Olvidarme de Ti, which is one of the songs that the last song I performed. And you guys can find this. There's a music video, an acoustic version of it on YouTube, and it was filmed here locally in Temecula. So I do encourage you guys to go check it out. Fantastic music studio where we had the opportunity to work. I have a couple of shows. I perform around the wineries here in Temecula all the time. So stay tuned to my social media. That's where I post where I'll be playing. I post a calendar where I'll be playing throughout the month, so that way you guys can kind of like pick and choose where you're going to be when you're off, or when you have like the family over, so you can bring them over to the wineries. It's a show. It's an experience. It's a good time, guys. So hopefully I get to see you there.
Everybody, this is Lex Borja. I'm Diego Mondragon. If you enjoyed this interview, please give a like, share, and comment. Lex, I just want to let you know, this was such a pleasure. I see big things for you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I think that you are extremely talented. Personally, I see you as somebody that can go very, very far with your talent, your good looks, your personality. You're a great communicator, and you're Latino. Papa.
Hey, cherry on top, Papa. The cherry on top. Thank you for having me, Papa.
I really appreciate it for being here with me. I hope that this will generate a lot of interest and help. And like I said, you can use this interview however you like.
Thank you.
So let's end with a song. Maybe something traditional. What do you think?
So we spoke all this about like my upbringing and my roots musically. All this like traditional Mexican music style of music that I grew up with. Guys, don't miss this next song. Honestly, thank you so much for having me, Diego.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all your family and your friends. Much love, guys.
Ciao, everybody. Take care, and take care of each other.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? So for this next song, this is one of the best songs for me because it definitely touches back on my roots. It reminds me of home, and I gave it this little twist. It's not too aggressive. It's just super subtle, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I have the opportunity and the honor to play today with Mr. Diego Mondragon. So enjoy, guys. Tiempo disfrutamos de este amor, nuestras almas se acercaron, tanto así que yo guardo tu calor, pero tú llevas también sabor a mí. Si negaras mi presencia en tu vivir, me bastaría con abrazar yo te di, que por fuerza tienes ya sabor a mí. Y no pretendo ser tu dueño, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad de mi vida. Doy lo bueno, no soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Y pasarán más de 1000 años, muchos más. Yo no sé si tenga amor la eternidad, pero hállate como aquí, en la boca llevarás sabor a mí. Y no pretendo ser tu dueño, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad en mi vida. De lo bueno, no soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Y pasarán más de 1000 años, muchos más, y no sé si tenga amor la eternidad, pero allá tal como aquí, en la boca llevarás sabor, sabor a mí.